What in tarnation?
I meant to do that.
Howdy folks, this is Applegeek, and I am back from Everfree Northwest 2018. What an experience that was. Very long and hectic weekend, but a very fun weekend as well. This is actually the Tuesday following the convention now. I just got back home from Seattle and everything about midnight last night, so I lost a couple hours in there too because of the time zone, so that's fun. I'm kind of in recovery mode here. But anyway, yeah, absolute blast. They had just so many VIP guests this time. It was a bit hectic trying to see everyone and do everything and whatnot. But all the VAs, all the VIP guests were awesome to sit and chat with. And I especially got to just give a special shout out to Big Jim Miller and Katrina Hadley. Those two people are some of the coolest people in the world, honestly. I had such a blast chatting with them and hearing their stories of, you know, some of the behind the scenes stuff that's gone into these shows, you know, FiM and Equestria Girls. Absolute pleasure to be able to chat with them, and you know, and their partners in crime, if you will, too. You know, some of the writers like Josh Haber and G.M. Barrow were there. And just all the voice actors too. You know, some of them I've met before. Some of them were new ones. There are a lot of them. This was their first convention experience, but just pleasure meeting all of them, hearing their stories about the show and other previous career, acting jobs they've had in their careers and things like that. So, and I will say this: Ryan Beal, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, say what you will about Zephyr Breeze, but the guy behind the voice, he is awesome. He's hilarious. I would love to see him and Vincent Tong together at a con sometime. Those two guys would be an absolute riot. So, but yeah, awesome experience. Anybody out there who's listening, if you ever get a chance to go to Everfree, I definitely recommend it. It is definitely one of the better ones out there. So, anyway, enough about that. I've got an episode to watch here. So, this is Season 8, Episode 10. I did get one or two little hints about this one at the convention, and unfortunately I think I know who the characters of focus are going to be in this one, but I still don't really know anything specific about what the story is about. So this one is, I'm going to call this one 99% blind. So without any further ado, let's give this a watch. Episode 10 starting now. Big Mac, okay. Big Mac baking a pie.
You said it, Big Mac. This
Hi,
is
Spike.
Forever. I
Gotta
know
get
it's
it
wrong to cut
pie
corners
absolutely
when it comes
perfect.
to gifts from the heart, but this is an emergency, right?
Yep.
Discord, a little help.
What?
Discord.
Discord? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
good idea. Captain Woods, are you prepared to enter the world of ogres and oubliettes?
Fellow adventurers.
Oh, wait, he's actually in here!
Wizard's castle to reclaim Calico's ring of imperceptibility.
Sure, why not?
You did summon me for a rousing guise night of ogres and oubliettes, did you not?
Sort of.
Maybe later.
Do you think you could magically hurry up this pie real quick first?
You seem to be mixing up the Lord of Chaos with a second-rate clown magician
The cane again.
for hire. Wait!
This needs to go in the mail
He
today,
speaks.
or it'll never
Oh,
get
this is
to the
gonna be
mail in
good.
time for Hearts and Hooves Day.
Hearts and Hooves Day!
Please, can't you see that holiday is a commercialized ruse pushed on you by the greeting card industry?
Yep. Oh.
Fine. You owe me for this.
What the? Okay.
Keep your eye on the pie. It's magic time.
Disco. And that's end of Aw! I wanted to see what he came. Okay, so this definitely is about Big Mac and Sugar Bell. That's what I suspected, given the little hint I was dropped. So, and a Hearts and Hooves Day episode. I cannot wait to see where this goes. Are we gonna actually get to a proposal, or something, or is this going to end a disaster? This could go any direction right now. But Discord involved, I did not expect that at all.
This smells palatable.
Well, pies really are Sugar Bell's thing, but I think that makes us all the more special. It shows you're interested in what she cares about.
Yep.
And he's planning a
The
big
breakup breakdown?
It was my idea to make the invitation.
Uh-oh.
Happy Hearts and Hooves Day,
Why was the
Sugar
card
Bell.
in there?
Meet me in my barn at sunset for a surprise.
Pretty clever, huh?
Yep.
Payback. Well, at least it fixed it.
Aw, Sugar Bell. See?
Well, you two certainly have bought into this romance nonsense.
That is
Line and
adorable.
sinker.
For a formerly friendless immortal despot, you're pretty cynical.
I'm a realist, and love, like all things warm and fuzzy, isn't real.
Aw, come on. You act tough, but deep down, you're a softie. I mean, you don't have tea with Fluttershy every weekend because you
This
like
is
tea.
at least partially
But
true.
I do like tea. Every tea, all the teas. Chamomile, Earl Grey, green latte, lemon, ginger, chai, spearmint, peppermint, hibiscus, cinnamon, pumpkin spice.
And especially ginseng tea, right?
Tell you what, while Big Mac nails his incredibly romantic gesture, I'll show you the splendors of Hearts and Hooves Day in Ponyville. I bet I can prove you believe in love.
Fine. Call it a gentleman's
Oh.
wager. Loser mows my lawn for eternity.
Is it like a riding mower or...
I'm
Weezers!
I would not take that bet. Derpy! Is that pie gonna end up flattened? That is, I'm sure, very representative of real-life mail service.
Special Hearts and Hooves Day meeting of the Cutie Mark Crusaders
The CMCs too?
now in session. First order of business, help
Oh
my
my.
brother decorate the barn for his big date with Sugar Bell tonight. And hello. It seems like every pony's got some pony special but us. When's it gonna be
Aw.
our turn?
Little older, maybe?
Huh? Who's it from?
Oh.
Can't tell. It's all smudged, but it looks like it's addressed to Belle?
Okay.
Sweetie Belle!
No! Oh! Should have got that.
Some ponies certainly went through a lot of trouble.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hearts and Hooves Day! You don't think... Could it be? Hang on a minute.
Secret admirer.
Mysterious package, smudged address, no idea who it's from. I know what this is. You got a secret admirer!
So how did that end up back at the barn anyway? Because they couldn't read the address or something?
Another Hearts
Oh,
and
hey,
Hooves
Cheerly.
Day. Love is in the air, Discord. Look at all these happy couples.
How can they be happy if they aren't playing ogres and oubliettes?
As a great dragon poet once wrote to his beloved, I
not
love
the only way to
you
have fun.
with the utmost clarity. I love you, dear. My sweet, sweet rarity. Are you even listening?
Of course. Love
Okay.
is something something, and Discord is great. I don't know. Can we play O&O now?
Sure. After you admit you believe in love and Sugar Bell,
Okay, well, she's
Big
in
Mac's
town.
girlfriend. What's she doing in town so early?
Well,
Oh.
Sugar Bell, I'm sure Big Mac won't be expecting it.
She's planning her own romantic surprise for Big Mac? What if she goes to Sweet Apple
Oh,
Acres
boy.
before Big Mac's ready with his surprise? We've got to warn him.
This is just gonna be like an all secondary characters episode, isn't it?
Whoa!
Aww.
Yeah. Big Mac. I mean, Big Mac. We just saw Sugar Bell. She's at Sugar Cube Corner, but I think she's on her way over here now. You gotta keep her away from here until
So-
the barn's finished.
Yup.
what she has planned for him.
No, we don't have to wonder.
Uh-oh. What are you gonna do?
Ugh. Will you warn me next time you do that?
Twilight never gives warning.
Just be honest. I'm sure Big Mac will.
Oh, she hasn't seen him yet. Take note, Discord.
Oh, no.
This is what love is all about.
Thinking back to the title, it's...
Love is about spying.
Please tell me they're not
in
gonna
the
break up.
bushes.
Make fun of me all you want, but look at Big Mac's face and tell me you don't believe in love.
I hope he'll be okay.
That's gonna be a
without me.
gif.
Oh, hey, we're just not spying.
Hush!
I mean, he has been on his own before, so he'll be fine, right? How should I tell Big Mac tonight? You won't need to come visit me in my village anymore?
Oh,
We
no.
need to talk.
Just be honest with them.
You're right.
Oh,
Okay,
no, 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 no,
we're
no.
Finished.
You're right. She did surprise him.
I'm almost positive we're missing some significant context here.
Things seem bad. Maybe they're really not.
I don't
Maybe
think
we're
she
finished was about the day.
talking about
You say
him,
that, right?
about
Like-
Big Mac.
Like, hey, remember yesterday? That's finished, because it's today. Maybe not that.
Not helping.
Oh, I know. Maybe Sugar Bill has a wacky cousin who's never been on his own, and she has to leave him in charge of her shop while she apprentices with Mrs. Cake, who does that like 2 days a week. No, 3. That's why she won't need you to come to her village anymore, because she'll already be here. Nah, I don't even buy that one.
It'd be hilarious if that actually turned out to be what's actually happening.
She takes pie bacon seriously. Why did I even try? She thought I was making fun of her.
Wow.
Oh, I hate seeing you like this, Big Mac. And over
This is a serious meltdown for Big Mac.
I'm calling an emergency guys' night right now to cheer you up. Besides, we can't have you ruining any more of my 1,000-year-old monogrammed handkerchiefs.
Why did you give one to him then?
You know.
Oh, back at the zoot suit.
Class is now in session. Lesson 1, nothing can break your heart if you only love yourself. You've got to show every pony that you're too cool to be bothered with so-called love. Observe. This is how cool guys lean against things. When you
Really?
see a guy leaning against a thing looking this cool, you think, wow, that guy doesn't have a care in Equestria. Not a guy who leans on things that cool.
I don't think leaning's gonna help. Am I doing it right?
Spike.
We're not like you, Discord. We can't put on a front and pretend not to love. It's impossible.
Lesson 2, plenty of ponies.
I don't know if
in
it's
the
impossible.
pasture
It's not a good
riding
idea,
back.
though.
I know just the gal to make you forget all about Sugar Belle.
You said her name.
Okay, we finished decorating the barn for Big Mac, which means we got the rest of the day to ourselves.
Okay.
There's a whole
How are they gonna
team of
factor
lions
into
out there,
this?
and only 3 of us. But together, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. Ready? Break! Excuse me, Pipsqueak. Mind answering a few questions? No? Late for something? Are you Sweetie Belle's secret admirer? Excuse
Well, that's
me,
direct.
I'm doing a research survey about sending pie in the mail anonymously.
Butt
and
mash!
you're pro that or anti that. Happy Hearts and Hooves. Did you boys happen to send any packages to me recently? It's okay to say no. I won't be offended.
Please say no.
Please say no. Please say no. Please.
Sir McBiggins meets Skellenor. She's a level 18 bone warrior in Squizzard's mage army, but only to pay off skeleton student loan debts. Get to know each other. Why don't you?
Wow.
Where did you send them?
Going all out to cheer up Big Mac. I'm impressed.
Yes, I'm amazing. Anyway, since we're in the neighborhood, care for a quick game of ogres and oubliettes? Like I've been wanting to play all week.
I take it back.
I'm helping our friend first and foremost. See for yourself.
His heart is in the right place. How?
I think he's showing her a picture of Sugar Belle.
What?
And now he's crying.
No.
Of course.
No, he's not. Let me see that.
Don't touch it. I'm looking.
Give me that.
Cut it out, Discord.
Get your own Discord.
Do this thing where her nose would wrinkle when she laughed? Right there, in that hole where your nose used to be. I never told her how much I loved wrinkle nose cutie face.
I love like the 5 o'clock shadow he's got going on there too. It's just.
That's it. I think we've had enough of the aloof master of chaos remedies for a broken heart.
Yeah.
You know what?
Let's try
I
something
do when
else.
I have a problem too big to solve. I hide from it.
Yeah.
When she can't find you, she'll realize how much she misses you. Plus, if she can't
Really?
find you, she can't break up with you.
Yup.
No, that's terrible advice. Okay.
I don't get it. We asked every stallion in Ponyville.
Oh boy.
Ugh, there's gotta be some pony we're missing. Some pony
No.
obvious. Some pony right in front of our noses.
Oh well, at least the barn's looking great for Big Mac's date.
Too bad there won't be a date.
Sugar Belle is so lucky to have a non-secret admirer like Big Mac.
Well, she certainly doesn't seem to have appreciated it.
I bet she's gonna take one look at this barn and say, what did I ever do to deserve this?
Yes, what did she
She
do
might
to
still
deserve
yet.
This?
She broke my heart.
Well, not yet, technically.
Technically, yeah,
In fact, she can't break your heart if you break hers first.
No!
Yup.
No!
Tour of Ponyville, Mrs.
That is the worst idea!
Pleasure. I'm off to surprise Big Mac with the news. Imagine the look on his face when I tell him we need to talk.
Oh, dear me.
Please tell me this is gonna all work out in the end.
Say it that way.
Or you'll think you're breaking up with him.
Break up with him? Never. Why,
I was
without
right.
My favorite delivery pony. I couldn't imagine being happy ever again. He knows that.
Good. Save your mix-up for cake batter. That's what I always say.
He's a good listener.
That's a good
way.
line.
I promise you, no mix-ups. Big Mac.
Sugar Belle.
No questioning how he
we
just
need to talk.
teleported in? Okay. Oh, Big Max.
I know why you're
Stop.
here,
You do?
but I have something to tell you first.
Oh, can I go first? I'm gonna be.
Stop.
Oh, why don't we tell each other on 3? 1.
It's over.
What's over?
You and me. It's over.
What?
We're breaking up.
I don't understand. Why are you breaking up with me? And why are you leaning like that?
I don't know.
Big Mac, please talk to me.
This is why I don't like talking. Words can hurt. Words hurt. Goodbye, Sugar
Hey, Laura. Aww. Oh, cranky Matilda.
Big Mac! Oh, thank goodness. You gotta help us with this.
Dude, how long have you been not hiding?
Oh, I should probably have said
It'd be
something.
awesome if they did something with button mash here, but
ya?
probably not.
Did she... Are you...
Big Mac, what's going on? Where's Sugar Belle?
Just go.
But we worked so hard on this chart. I think we've almost cracked it. If you could just...
Not right now.
But I can't stand having a secret admirer who's too scared to tell me who he is.
Maybe he doesn't like talking.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he used to talk too much and it only ever got him into trouble.
Aww.
What if you're right, Discord? What if love isn't real at all?
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Sweetie Belle. I'm just...
Oh no, I'm
taking it
scared.
out on
I'm
you.
scared.
That's okay. I bet it felt good to get it out, though.
Actually, it did. Telling you how I felt just then. I gotta go.
Big Mac, where you going?
I gotta talk to Sugar Belle.
Discord,
Yes!
you gotta use your magic and...
What is he up to?
Better things to do. Big Mac's gonna need a miracle.
Oh.
All the rotten luck.
Oh. Oh.
Caught you just in time. We both know I don't like to say much, but I'm gonna say something now. Even though I'm hurting, I wouldn't trade this feeling for anything, because it'd mean giving up the good times we had too. I only broke up with you because you were gonna break up with me.
No, she wasn't.
Your decision. But you should know, you'll always be in my heart.
I didn't want to break up with you.
But
She's gonna
you said you don't need me to
move
visit
to town.
anymore. You said I'm gonna be on my own. I heard
She
you
was
said
not
we
talking
were
about
finished
you.
when I was hiding in the bushes.
Why were you hiding in the
Sounds
bushes?
worse than it is.
Yes.
Big Mac, I was talking about my cousin. I have this wacky cousin who's never been on his own.
Mike was
I
right.
have to let him in on weekends, which is why you won't be delivering to my village anymore. Because I'll already be here apprenticing with Mrs. Cake, who does that 2 days a week.
Oh.
I tell Spike.
Word for word.
Never break up with you.
Oh.
I suppose there's a lesson here somewhere about communication. Talking instead of assuming, or eavesdropping is wrong, wouldn't you say?
All of that.
Cute face. You must have been awful confused at my breaking up with you after you got my pie.
What pie?
You didn't
Uh-oh.
get the pie I sent? Or the invitation?
Nope.
Well, in that case, allow me to escort you to a Hearts and Hooves Day surprise.
Oh boy. That snort.
Mind if we join you?
That's not your pie.
Happy
The card's
Hearts
still in
and
the-
Hooves Day, Sugar Belle. Meet me. Sugar Belle? You have got to be pulling our hooves. It was
Nope.
all a mix-up? Oh, it's funny. I've been sitting here feeling sorry for myself for not having a special pony on Hearts and Hooves Day, but remembering all the fun we had, I think I have 2 special ponies. My
Aww.
2 best friends. Aww.
And so ends another Hearts and Hooves.
Okay, what did Discord
Despite
do?
a bumpy start, and middle, and ending. A lot of bumps today. Love was in the air.
So was confusion, apparently, and a fair number of
True.
assumptions.
But you have to admit, after seeing everything Big Mac went through, love is 100% real. Seriously? Discord, come on! I can't believe you!
Okay, he's
Who do
been
you think
showing off
broke
that
Sugar Belle's wagon wheel?
that chip in the bottle a lot. Are you kidding me?
Happy Hearts and Hooves Day!
Oh my word.
Softy. I knew
That
I had a heart.
was genius.
Speaking of how great I am, are you busy for the rest of the night? Calico's ring of imperceptibility isn't going to reclaim itself, you know.
Sure, why not?
An oubliette? I thought you'd never ask.
Hey,
and
kinda did.
wondering, no biggie, but is Skeletor gonna be there?
Spike, she's an imaginary one-dimensional paper cutout skeleton.
Well, no pony's perfect.
Oh, come on! I wanted to see her reaction to the barn, but aw. Wow. Okay, well. Yep, all background characters episodes. I love these. It's just so different. well, not background characters, just secondary characters. No, not a single one of the main 6 to be found anywhere unless they were in the background somewhere that I missed. So, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just going to stop right here. I will be right back with my thoughts on this. Stay tuned. Alrighty, well, Hearts and Hooves Day is here once again. Thankfully, there's no love potion, or rather love poison involved this time, even though we had the CMCs there. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be making that mistake ever again. And I did see it, and it wasn't real obvious, but there was somebody up on that balcony with Cheerly, so maybe she's found somebody now? I hope she has. I mean, everybody deserves to be happy, so great. Great episode. This was, I'm sure this will... It currently is and probably will remain one of the highlights of the season for me. Man, Big Mac has been such a fun character, and Peter New just got to go absolutely crazy with him in this episode. Such a wide range of emotions, anywhere from, just giddy with joy to angry to sad and just, everywhere. So, and I think this is the most lines we've ever gotten from Big Mac in an episode, except for maybe Brotherhood Social. And there he was speaking a lot more as Orchard Blossom than himself, so this was the most true Big Mac that we've gotten character-wise, I think, ever. I love the continuity of this episode, and there's lots of callbacks here to, well, obviously Hard to Say Anything, where we first saw his love interest in Sugar Belle, Dungeons and Discords, with the Discord and the whole Ogres and Oubliettes thing. Where the Apple Lies, so it had some pokes back to the reasons why Big Mac, stopped talking so much in the first place all those years ago. And of course, just, the original Hearts and Hooves Day episode itself. So, yeah, it's not easy to tie all those elements into a single episode, but this was done really well. And I loved the classic sitcom format, just the accidental... eavesdropping and, things taken out of context and confused and twisted and just leads to all kinds of crazy problems. And on one hand, it's kind of frustrating to see, if they had just done this, like, this entire thing, improv would not have existed. But that's part of the fun, is just seeing, such an obvious problem and watch how they have to, work through it and have it play out. So, and it played out well. Great resolution to this episode. And it was... I actually loved how short it was. Like, Sugar Belle just basically summed it up in a few words. And I was like, oh, there's a lesson in here somewhere about communication and things. Like, yeah, we just saw it all. You don't even really have to explain it. We already get it based on the way the events unfolded. So, that was great. But yeah, communication. Key to all good relationships. Not so easy to do, though. And Big Mac himself's not so great in communication. I'm gonna say is just partly because he kind of lacks experience in that. I would say, I mean, just the way he tends to really keep things to himself and not talk very much. Again, back in Where the Apple Lies, we saw where he had issues in the past of talking too much and having very strong opinions about things and whatever, and he just caused him all kinds of trouble. So now he kind of clammed up a little bit and is talking less and listening more, and that's he does speak when there's something really important to say, obviously, but he keeps it to a minimum. And this isn't really necessarily a bad thing for him, and listening is a very good thing. That is, listening is honestly a lot of times almost harder than actually voicing your thoughts and feelings. I mean, you need both for a good relationship. Both are very important parts of communication. You need to honestly listen to what somebody else has to say and then respond accordingly. So it's great that he can do that. But so holding back too much can be harmful, though. I mean, if you take it too far. I don't think Big Mac really is, but I see that as a thing. Kind of hinted at slightly here, at least. That it's a common thing, a problem that people have, myself included. And when you hold too much back and stuff, that becomes another form of running away from your problems. And Spike actually kind of had that idea in this episode, albeit a bit more literally. literally hiding from Sugar Bell, but by holding back or ignoring your emotions and problems and stuff too much, you just delay the inevitable and can end up making things worse sometimes. So it's important to remember to not take that to such an extreme. But yeah, I mean, we did see Big Mac start to open up at the end of Brotherhood Social, as I mentioned. Fantastic moment for him there. And now with Sugar Bell, I mean, this is more about, than him. I mean, that was a family matter, but this is, a romantic interest. So, I mean, he's really going for broke on this one. And just the looks we saw on his face as he was going, like wrapping up the pie and mailing it and whatever. I mean, this guy is crazy in love. And that just made it all the more heartbreaking when he, overheard and misunderstood what she was saying, took it the wrong way, and his heart almost literally broke. Yeah, it's a perfect example of how, exposing your emotions is a really big risk. It's hard to do sometimes, but without risk, there is no reward, and it honestly really is worth the risk to at least try. And Big Mac did realize that at the end when he accepted that he was at the point where accepting the heartache as a reminder of all the good times they had. He was willing to do that. So, there was even if it had ended at that point, that there was still some reward from that relationship. So, but yeah, really the more than that, the whole problem here seemed to really start when Sugar Bell was talking to Mrs. Cake and Big Mac started to overhear them, and for some reason decided to just slam on the brakes and jump in the bushes and eavesdrop. Not exactly sure what was going through his mind right then, why he dived in the bushes, but I would classify this as at least a partially accidental eavesdropping thing. But yeah, big lesson there: don't eavesdrop if you can help it. Sometimes it's unavoidable, definitely never polite, and almost always you end up getting something out of context. You don't get the entire conversation. And again, classic sitcom trope, the way that worked out. And I do put a little bit of fault on Sugar Bell in that regard. I mean, very, very, very little, because again, Big Mac shouldn't have been listening in the first place. But the way she was saying, we need to talk. Now, admittedly, she did seem to not understand what the implications of that were, because she said it like a couple times, and Mrs. Cake is like, "Oh no, don't say it that way. He's gonna think you're breaking up with you." So she was trying to give some good advice that way, but yeah, just never in the history of relationships have the words "we need to talk" ever resulted in a positive conversation. I mean, that's never you're gonna love what I'm about to say type of thing. That's something is seriously wrong and we need to discuss it type of thing. So yeah, I'm also not sure why she said we're finished. I'm still not understanding what context there was around that line. That didn't seem to really be related to anything with her cousin either. As best as I can tell, she was just informing Mrs. Cake our conversation is done. But the way she said it so seriously, it just seemed strange. So I can definitely understand Big Mac being very confused by that. But yeah, aside from eavesdropping, the other big lesson is talk about things. Don't just make ridiculous assumptions and go off the deep end about it until you have all the details. Really, Big Mac should not have so easily taken what he heard at face value. And as far as we know, I mean, we don't see everything, obviously, but as far as we know, there's been no prior indicators of anything wrong whatsoever in their relationship to date. And also, going back and listening to that again, even out of context, what Big Mac heard Sugar Bell saying, it was like she seemed to sound like, if you take what she was saying as talking about Big Mac, she seemed to be rather concerned for him, saying like, well, he's been on his own before, so he'll be okay on his own again now, right? Like if she's breaking up with him, why would she still be concerned about his well-being. I mean, typically if you're dumping somebody, it's because you can't stand him anymore or something. And had all kinds of things running through my head as like, is she moving to a distant land or something, or what? It's like I figured there had to be some sort of other explanation other than she's just dumping him. But anyway, I mean, that's me thinking more logically. And yeah, with Big Mac, I mean, he's obviously a very sensitive guy deep down, and just the bits and pieces that he had heard, his heart had already shattered, and he was not thinking clearly. I mean, logic and reason tend to go out the window pretty quickly when matters of the heart are involved. So yeah, for somebody like him that's taken a real big risk of opening himself up like this for a relationship, it's really easy to just lock onto the worst case scenario and get stuck there. So I can empathize with that. The right thing to do, though, would have been to take an opportunity to confront Sugar Belle and just first of all apologize for sort of accidentally eavesdropping, and then ask why. Like for me, I would have wanted to know why are you doing this? Like did I say something? Did I do something? Did I not do something? I mean, what went wrong here? Can't we find a way to work this out? I like to know why when somebody has a problem with me. So that would have been me. But unfortunately, he might have gotten there, but first he needed to get past his little pity party there, if you will. And unfortunately, then Discord Spike started stepping in with some rather horrible advice. I'm not sure why you would ever take relationship advice from Discord. He seems like the last person you to talk to about things like that. And Spike, I don't know where Spike got the idea that hiding from your problems is a good thing. I just, like, with all the things that he's learned along with the rest of the main six and whatever, like, where did he ever get that idea? I'm pretty sure there's been lessons speaking to exactly the opposite of that. So, whatever, convenient plot device or something here. But that aside, though, I do give both Spike and Discord props for at least trying to be friendly and help him through the tough time, help him figure out ways to deal with this situation. Even if they didn't have the greatest ideas, at least they were trying to help. So I give them credit for that. Now, granted, Discord did seem to be a bit more focused on just trying to rush things along so he could get to the game that he wanted to play. But, he made up for it in the end. I'll talk about that in a bit. But, yeah, like I said, it's easy to see why Big Mac was listening to them, though, because he was so, emotionally distraught at that point. He was such a wreck. Like, he was, he's probably willing to accept any advice to try and, figure out what his next step was. I mean, he didn't know which way to turn at that point. So, and when he did finally vent and share his honest feelings, which he did on poor little Sweetie Belle, unfortunately, he felt much better at that point. And then he suddenly realized that, oh, this is what I should have been doing all along. What he's good at doing. Opening up and being honest. So, funny how honesty seems to run in the family there a little bit. But yeah, so then he took off after, Sugar Belle to have the conversation that he should have had at the beginning of all this. And I will say, sharing one's honest feelings, it's very important. Again, a very important part of communication and relationship, but it is very difficult to do sometimes. I can personally vouch for that. And I give him major kudos for being able to, at the end there, really just lay it all out in a very, non-spiteful manner. I mean, he didn't say anything, in an angry, from a position of anger like he did earlier. He had realized that, that this is really the cool thing here. His love for her, he proved that it is truly genuine, because he laid it all out and said, hey, basically I told her I'm willing to let you go. You know, I respect your decision. You know, says, you know, you share have a very special place in my heart. I will never forget that. You know, so I will accept the heartache, just because that's a reminder of all the good times that we've had. But you know, if you need to move on, I respect that, and I will let you go. I'm like, wow, that was deep. And I said, I really feel like that just proves how serious he is about this relationship. So. And yeah, just those moments are when he shines, and just I'm sorry to keep pointing at this, but the end of Brotherhood Social, that monologue was like one of the best moments ever for this guy, one of the best moments in MLP, period. And I never really got to do a commentary on that episode, but just the Big Mac is really at his best when he's pouring out his honest feelings, and I mean, it really shows what a golden heart that guy has. So it's such a beautiful moment there. I'm gonna get off that, and on the flip side of this, it's also very apparent that Sugar Belle really is in love with Big Mac too, and I gotta say, I can't help but think that this whole apprenticing thing, I mean, we really didn't get much, any explanation about why she's doing that, but I can't help but think that there's an ulterior motive there. It's just like, she's probably looking for any opportunity to spend more time around Big Mac. Because, I mean, like, why does she need to apprentice at all? I mean, her shop, she already has her own shop, and she is a very good baker, we know that. So it's like, what do you need to apprentice for? I think it's just a bit of an excuse, if you ask me. So, but yeah, their relationship really seems to be locked in now. No more sinking ships, hopefully. And as far as where do we go from here, I'm not sure what's coming next. I'm kind of hoping we'll see another wedding at some point. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much on that, but we've got another season and a half to go, so we'll see. But I hope we do, because I feel like that is going to be the perfect opportunity to get more Apple parent flashbacks, you know, to when they had first gotten married and were, you know, figuring things out and stuff. That could be interesting. And I also can't wait to see what Granny Smith has to say about Sugar Belle. We've not really gotten to see her those two interact before, so that could be a fun moment. His grandparent too. I mean, I don't think he'd have any issues with it, but I don't know. I doubt we're going to get those characters back again voiced because of the big name voice actors, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, brief bit on Discord. He really is a big softie. I mean, he's the way he broke that cart axle so Big Mac could catch up with her at the end there. I could not believe he did that. I mean, of course, Big Mac, I'm sure, would have run to the ends of Equestria to catch up with her. It just made it a little bit quicker, but still, it was really, really big of Discord to do that. And I've said before, I wanted to see Discord take and use his crazy chaos magic for good instead of evil. This wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I'm thinking something much more epic, but still, I loved how he was just able to use like a little bit of chaos magic, breaking an axle to and turn that around and make it a good thing. So that the way he did it, that says a lot about him, I think. At the very least, he definitely is maturing in his own relationships, his friendships and stuff. So, they're just starting to see some of the stuff rub off on the guy, I think. So that's fun to see. And I gotta say, the subplot here with the CMCs, I was a little confused by that because it didn't seem really relevant to the primary story. As kind of left wondering, what was the point of that? But I think, after thinking about it, I like the way they did that. It didn't seem to have any relevance at first, but there were a couple key moments in that episode where some of the comments they were making affected the direction Big Mac went with things. Most importantly, when he vented on Sweetie Belle, that's the moment at which he realized what he needed to do to fix the problem. So that was a big deal. And you know, and even just being able to have a side story with them, it's almost like we had a more adult themed story, like an adult romantic relationship story going on, and a little kid side type of story going on here. And the big thing there is that you don't need to be in such a hurry to find a romantic interest and fall in love with somebody. I mean, you're pretty little kids yet. Pretty young yet, and I said, well, just like with their cutie marks, when the time is right, you'll find that special someone, and it'll be great, But you've got so many things going on right now. You don't need to be in such a rush to deal with that. I mean, despite the potential reward, romantic relationships are rather complicated, and for little kids like that, they've got enough on their plates to deal with rather than worrying about that so quick. So plenty of time to find someone. No problem there. And I'll just say, no need to go nuts over your first romantic interest either, unlike practically every Disney princess in existence. So yeah. Right now, just enjoy the relationships, like friendships that you already have. I like how they've kind of twisted this a little bit here, where Hearts and Hooves Day, it's more than just romantic relationships. It's kind of a celebration of all kinds of relationships, like good friendships and stuff. That's those are important to celebrate too. They shouldn't be overlooked so easily, because after all, friendship is magic. Yeah, it's cheesy, but there it is. So yeah, that's basically all I've got on this one. Very fun episode. Can't wait to see what's coming next. Hopefully more good ones. I keep hearing good buzz about the other ones coming. So thankfully we're almost to the end of the the leaked episodes. So give it a few more weeks and we'll be back to having everybody guessing as to what's going on, which would be great. So fewer chances of spoilers for me. So that's good. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will catch you again hopefully very soon for another reaction. Later.